Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 619 for June 13th, 2016. Alright, so tonight I want to talk to y'all about getting it honest. Getting it honest. And what I mean by that is we pick up certain hereditary traits from our parents. Some good, some bad. And a lot of times we want to deny the bad things that we pick up from our parents, and oftentimes we want to acknowledge the good things that we pick up from our parents. But the truth of the matter is biology doesn't lie, and it tells the truth on us even when we wish that it could lie for us or that it would lie for us. You know, every man and every woman shares 23 chromosomes each in their offspring. So every person is half man, half woman. Now the beautiful thing about this combination is that we're half man and half woman of two people. And those two people that we are half man, half woman of are half man, half woman of other two people. So anyway, so the way it goes is that we have the potential to be as great as our parents have been, and to reach like even higher heights of greatness than they had ever lived or reached in their lifetime. The downfall part of it is that we also have the potential to do as worse as our parents have ever done. And many times this goes beyond just genetics, it goes beyond hereditary things. It has a lot to do with the way we were raised. Sort of like nature versus nurture. If our parents are derelict in their duty to raise us effectively, if they shirk their responsibility, if they are an absentee parent, or what I like to call a photo op parent. A photo op parent is just one of those parents that come along to take pictures at graduations or award ceremonies. Whenever there's an accomplishment, then here they come a running. But on a day-to-day, tedious child rearing process, then they're absent. They don't want to be bogged down with that. Either that or they have to work too much, or they're just really, really busy working for the family or for the good of everybody else. Sometimes they're just really strung out on drugs, or choose their man or their woman over their kids, or you know, just have better things to do, partying and drinking and whatever. You know, just too busy to take care of their kids on a regular basis, proactive type of basis. It's a sad thing too, because you know, when we look at some of the things that we do as individuals, you know, the things that you get from your parents. And that's one of the reasons that is really important for people to get to know their parents. Not everybody gets a chance to really get to know their parents. Remember last week we had a video that talked about understanding someone deeply understanding somebody. Well, it applies here. Like, even if you don't deeply understand your parents, you may understand some things about them and know exactly why you are going through some of the things that you're going through in your life. You know, every parent knows the struggle of their children in terms of the way that they struggled with something when they were young like that. Some parents choose to acknowledge it and really give their kids a fighting chance on being able to combat certain things. Other parents like to keep whatever they have done a secret, and they think that they can keep their kids from running into the same mistakes and pitfalls that they ran into by not exposing their kids to whatever it is. You would think that would work, because it sounds kind of foolproof. If the kids don't see any negativity, then they won't practice negativity. But them damn genetics come cropping up, and our natural instincts take over. So when you take your natural instincts and you apply them towards what you see somebody else doing that you may have done before, you probably know exactly the reason that somebody is doing what you did before. What I mean is, when your kids do something that you have done before, you understand why they're doing it. Now we have the power and opportunity to be able to set them on the wrong path because you deeply understand why they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. You can either show them how to do it right, or you can try to steer them away from whatever they're doing in order to keep them safe, stress free. You know, kids can be born with depression and all kinds of stuff. You know, I mean, most of us want to take the good parts of our parents and rock them out. Good looks, good health, nice body, the ability to respect education, you know, intellect, smarts, work ethic, good work ethic, ability to communicate effectively with people, to make friends and influence people. We want those kind of things from our parents. But we also have to acknowledge that we get certain negative things from our parents too. Things like lying, stealing, drug addiction, alcoholism. Even though I reject that, I guess I personally reject that because your parents are or were alcoholics, that you're going to be more apt to abuse alcohol or drugs. You know, all of these things have a lot to do with the choices that you make in life. Lifestyle, it makes a big difference. But there are all kinds of negative things that we get from our parents, like lying, stealing, backbiting, sometimes murder, rape, all kinds of heinous crimes, drug selling. We can get those things from our parents too if our parents show us that negative side. But other things too, like getting loud with people, being obnoxious, impatient, rude, being rude. We can definitely get that from our parents, because if they are non-apologetic for the things that they do to people, why would you feel apologetic about it? You're going to find a way to divert or delegate attention away from yourself, or divert attention away from yourself when the heat is on. But when the time is come for you to do well, you want to make sure that the cameras are on you. It's a crazy thing, man. I could go on for days about the things that we get from our parents. Some things that we deny, and some things like being the absentee parent or being neglectful of your children. If you witness that as a child, there's a good chance that you might practice that. Abuse, physical abuse, and mental abuse. Always berating somebody, and to put icing on that cake, you smacking them up and all that kind of stuff. It's unacceptable, man. But these are the kind of things we pick up from our parents if we don't pay attention to ourselves and be careful, and if we haven't shown a better way. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, you have the power to be as great as your parents were, but you also have the power to be as bad at something, or as bad of a person as your parents have been. Hopefully you have a lot more of the former than the latter. In other words, the stuff that we was talking about before, you know, we want to talk about the good stuff. Hopefully you get more of the good stuff from your parents instead of any of the bad stuff. And I'll holler at y'all later. Have a good night. Oh, don't forget about the Urban Therapy with Sun show this Wednesday. This Wednesday the 15th, we're going to talk about Don't matter what they've done, we're gonna be together anyway. In other words, we're gonna talk about how people date convicted felons. You know, whether they raped or murdered. We date people that we know have never been faithful in a relationship. We marry all kinds of people that don't do the things that we like. Like, if you are a neglectful parent, whatever. Anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about this Wednesday. I feel y'all in about that a little bit more tomorrow. All right? Have a good night.